Well, let's start first. You played 2 games today. Your first game of the day, win to stay alive and advance to the championship game. Just talk a little about that.
Well, we got great pitching again. Will Lozenak pitched deep into that ball game. Jake Ziegelmeyer was really good for us. It was good to get out in front. We got a couple early, and then added the 3-run homer there in the middle of the game and scratched a couple late to give us some breathing room. Also, knowing you got to play 2 games, the fact it wasn't a 4-hour game, I think it helped us going into this game, the second game. But proud of the guys to get back to this championship game. After losing the first game of the tournament, and just fell a little bit short here in the second game. But the effort was there.
Yes, and then going into the second game, you got a lot of hits. Obviously, in the first game, had a lot of momentum. What did you see then going into the second?
Well, I think their guy pitched well. We had some opportunities early, didn't really cash in. Seemed like we get a hit or two, each inning and have an opportunity, but just didn't get the big hit that we got in the first game today.
But how difficult is it to try to piece your way through 2 games like this when you've been going through the losers bracket day after day, when pitching staff is probably worn to a nub?
Well, it's tough. There's no question it's a challenge. I felt like going into the championship game today, we were probably in as good a shape as any team that's ever come through as far as coming through the losers bracket. We essentially got a complete game in the first 2 games of the tournament. The third game, we got 6 innings. Used 1 guy for the last 3, and then today in Game 4, Will Lozenak pitched into the 7th, into the 8th. So to get that deep and really have only used a couple guys out of the bullpen, we were pretty good. And really, I thought David Looney, gave us a good start today. We just didn't play any defense behind him. That was really our undoing. I know it goes down as some of the runs are earned, but some plays we didn't make extend innings, and then they got a couple big hits, and they're a good offensive club.
Overall, 40 wins this season. Can you just touch on that and what this program has done the last 5 years especially?
Well, when I got to Morehead State 7 years ago, the school record for wins in a season was 31. We've blown that out of the water in the last 5 years now, so we're hurting right now because I think as a program we're at the point where we expect to go to a regional. We want to go to a regional, and we got to watch them celebrate, and it wasn't us, so it hurts. But when we look back on it and look at where we've come as a program, it's a program that went to the tournament every second or third year before. Now we have played to the end and have been here every year since my first, and I hope that continues. I think that's the expectation of the program, is to continue that. And I look at the conference and where it's come. A year ago, many coaches said that you can't get an at-large in this league, and Tennessee Tech proved that wrong last year. We went into today, with an RPI in the 80s. That's not going to get you an at-large. I understand that, but I think as a coach, you look at the schedule and you look back and say you can circle about 4 or 5 games that feel like you could have won or should have won, that put you, instead of being in the 80s, you're in the 40s, and now you're in the discussion. And that's the goal going forward, is just to keep building, keep getting better. And I've got a really good nucleus coming back. There's no question. I lost some very talented seniors off this year's club, but I got a chance to have almost my entire pitching staff back next year, and I think they proved their mettle this week that it's a pretty talented staff, and we've added some good parts. And we like our recruiting class coming in, and it's summertime now for us, and we got to work to keep getting better.